Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining me. Stampin' Sue Creates here. I'm here to share with you some alternative projects using the March 2021 paper pumpkin called Here's to You. So earlier today I did an unboxing, and after that I was like, I'm inspired. I'm loving this paper pumpkin subscription box, and I wanted to create, first off, the 2 cards suggested by Stampin' Up, and I'm just going through my little pile here. So this is the Paper Pumpkin subscription box, like I said, through Stampin' Up. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. And if you're interested in joining Paper Pumpkin, it is a month-by-month subscription. Only $22 a month here in the United States, depending on where you're watching. It is available in the United States and Canada. And it's a great little kit. So the 2 suggestions by Stampin' Up are these 2 cards here, and they also give you the envelopes and a little liner to do a coordinating lined envelope. Super cute. Let's open this one up so you can see. So let me just look up. Yep, you can see that. Okay, as long as I leave it on here, I believe you could see. Let me just stand up and make sure. Move it up a little bit. There we go. Okay, maybe a little crooked, but we'll work with it. So these are the 2 suggested cards by Stampin' Up. And whenever I get my kit, I do like to make the suggested cards first and then venture off to alternative ideas. So I think these were super cute. I really was happy with just creating these, and I would have been good. But nevertheless, so let's take a look at some of my alternatives. So what I did in the kit comes, let me just pull one of these cards. Well, the 2 of them actually. They come at 2 different color card bases, and I'm just going to open these up to show you. So it are these 2 bases, okay, and then the inside are white. So what I do is this one has a pre-printed scene of the mountains and the sunrise on it, and this one has a separate card. So go back and watch my unboxing if you want to know everything that was included in the kit. But I take the cards and I cut them in half. So it's like taking your kit where you normally would only get 8 cards, and you can get so many more cards out of it by cutting them apart and just adding some of your own Stampin' Up! Cardstock and maybe some of your own embellishments, or you can incorporate other stamp sets with sentiments and whatnot. I stuck with the pretty much what was in the kit, maybe add a few punches and whatnot. And the color was Calypso Coral, so I stuck with that too, and just cut some things up a bit. So let's take a look. So that will just give you an idea of what I did with my cards. You can do whatever you like with yours. So this one, I decided to take the second one and see how I cut this out. And then I applied it on top of the original card with Stampin' Dimensionals, which are included in the kit. And I just thought it just gives it such a nice 3D effect. And the envelope liners, I cut them all up, other than the ones I used on the 2 samples. I cut the rest up and I used them pieces in the cards because I thought they were really cool. And inside, I just added some extra cardstock and used a lot of the extra scraps that I had. So I thought that was really cute. You could also add a little bit of Wink of Stella, which would give it a nice little glistening effect if you choose. So that was one design. Next up, we have this one. And I incorporated 2 of the little strips that went along on the original card. So it comes with 3 little trees on it. So I cut 2 of them, and where I spliced the 2 together, I stuck a tree on there. And just used that background paper that, you know, would have been used for your envelopes again, and add a little bit of the linen thread, which I love. So like, to me, I just love these. They remind me of like stacked bricks or something. And then on the inside, again, just spruce up the inside a little bit. I think it means a lot more when someone opens it up and there's another little surprise on the inside. Now, some of these I did not, I didn't put any sentiments on them. Well, this one, I kind of took up a lot of room because, you know, I don't know if you're like me, but a lot of times I kind of don't know what to put on the inside. Sometimes I leave them blank, sometimes I stamp a sentiment. Sometimes leaving them blank is a good idea because when you need a card, you can just, like this one here, here's to you, you can use that for anything. And, you know, if you don't stamp anything on the inside, right? You could do it at a later time. So here's another one, little bit different layout. And again, using all those little scraps and pieces. So this one in the background, you'll notice I took the cardstock and cut it at a diagonal so that you have, you know, a piece of the pretty peacock and a piece of the calypso coral, so it kind of frames it a little bit better. And then the inside I put here's to you. So this one says happy birthday, and I just stamped it multiple times over the cloud piece and put a few of those little flying birds, and I thought that was super cute. Okay, so next card is this one. And after a while, I'm starting to think they kind of look alike, but when I was creating them, I didn't think so. So this one on the background underneath here, I stamped with the one stamp that has like florals. It's like a little bunch of florals. And kind of took the same idea of the 3 separate happy birthdays that Stampin' Up! Used. And then on the inside, here's those little florals that comes in the stamp set. And it says, all the best for a happy, healthy, and prosperous year. So again, another happy birthday card. We never can have enough happy birthdays cards. So I did a lot of birthday cards because I thought, you know what, these also can go for men or women. So that was my thinking there. All right, so this one added more strips of the liner paper. Did a couple layers here of the trees, did one underneath and one on top to kind of make it look like a little bit of a forest. I love that look. The top one I put on dimensionals, so it raises it up, makes it look a little closer. And the inside, I just stamped some of those floral images along the bottom. I love that look. I think that looks really fun. And if you really wanted to be adventurous, you can take your Stampin' Write markers. Don't use the Stampin' Blends, but the Stampin' Write markers and color right on the stamp and stamp it. And you can make all those little florals, all different colors. All right, here's another one. Just playing around. The one card that I showed you where I did the diagonal pieces, well, those pieces that I cut off, I used on that card, but before that, I made this card. So this card opens like this way and that way. And then on the inside, you don't really see that because it's kind of hidden by the front. So it's a little here's to you. May your journey through life take you to many new and exciting places. This can be used for many things. So here's basically what the card base is, just cut at a diagonal, and then that piece was used on the other card. And then this was cut at a diagonal. So it's layered on top of the other one. So you actually have a double layer here of cards. And just a little fun fold there for that one. I love that one because I love the florals in the background. I think it's really fun. So then I started thinking, well, you know what? It has these great craft envelopes. So let's do some fun punching. So I used the 2 daisy punches we have. And I punched out from the little scraps and pieces were left over from the liner. I used the rest that were envelope and just cut out a bunch of fun daisies, a fun little here's to you card, did a little strip to cover up where the 2 of them meet, and just did some layered daisies. And again, on the inside, just a little strip. And then these little embellishments, they were in the winter catalog, but I think they were a carryover. So they were blue embellishments by Stampin' Up. So I think that one was fun. And here's the next one. I had some of the daisies left over, so I thought, well, let's do another diagonal type card and incorporate the daisies. I only had a couple of them, so I just cut them in half and put them on either side. And I think that came out cute. It's kind of plain, but it's cute. And then here on the inside, I had another half a daisy left over. And then this was the edge of the envelope liner where it kind of has that little curve in there. And I think that adds a nice little interest to the inside of the card. And then my final card, I went through my scraps and I had a piece of this wood type paper that is in our annual catalog, and some of the little scraps left over from what I cut up, and I had a couple trees left over. So I just kind of put together a nice little scene, used the linen thread on there. And again, on this side, the edge of the envelope liner that has the little curve on there. I kind of like that idea. So you can see, and then here are the 2 cards that are suggested by Stampin' Up. So you can see what a nice little variety of cards, and I still have 1, 2, where's the rest of them? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I still have 6 envelopes. Yeah, 6 envelopes. Was that right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 envelopes. I'm sorry, 7, because I only used 1. Because when you cut this up, you have the front and you have the back to cut out all those daisies. So a lot of great ideas. Keeping it simple, but just making a little bit of a variety of the cards, and I think they came out great. So let me know, what have you done with your paper pumpkin kit? And what do you think of my samples? And be nice. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope these have inspired you to be a little more creative with your kit, or if not, the 2 samples provided are really great ideas. You can just turn your card for a different landscape perhaps, and it's up to you, however you want to create your cards. So that's this month's March 2021 Paper Pumpkin Kit. Here's to you. So to all of you out there, here's to you. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time right here on Stampin' Sue Creates. Have a great day. Bye for now. If I could click off. Oh gosh, it's one of those days.